Nope, I think we're good.
Hey, welcome one and all to our Southern Utah University CETL learning and teaching and learning at Southern Utah University. Tony Pellegrini here, and I've got my friend Jessica Mason, one of our students here. We've had a lot of faculty this year, and wanted to just reach out to Jessica. She has been referred to me by another faculty member who said she is quite an amazing studier here on campus, and just wanted to pick Jessica's brain a little bit regarding what she does to be such a great studier. Jessica, take a moment or two. Tell us a little about yourself, where you're from, where you are in school right now. Would you do that for us, please?
Yeah,
Thank you so
so
much.
I'm Jessica Mason. I'm from Castledale, Utah. Um, I'm just barely graduated with animal with a range management degree. So
That is wonderful. You're just graduated, so you're going to come back for graduation in August, right?
most likely, yeah.
I hope you do. I hope you do. What are your and now that you just graduated, I want to know a little about your future plans. Do you mind sharing? What are your hopes or dreams for your future plans?
I'm hoping to work for the government for a couple years as like a range manager for the Forest Service. Um, if not, I'd also like to try and teach agriculture in high school. I thought that would
Cool.
be
That's great. That is wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. Well, let me pose a couple of questions to you about your studying habits and skills and abilities, and feel free to take your time and dig a little deep and share some examples of how you participate. The first thing maybe that I'd like to address with you is space. When you, as far as you're studying during the week, or for your classes, did you spread it out across the whole week? Your space, did you have a lot of space between your study times, or did you try to do a lot of study time on Saturday? What worked best for you? Could you share with us a little about that?
Yeah, I usually tried to read through my notes throughout the week. So as the teacher went through the material, I'd go back and just try to read through it and keep it in my mind, keep it fresh. Um, I usually then like right before a test or something is when I'd really dig deep and have more in-depth study sessions for that class. But these study sessions only took about 30 minutes at a time. I noticed that as I did that, I was able to memorize the material better and it was more fresh in my mind as I kept going through um, what the teachers wanted us to know.
Excellent. So, uh, in short periods throughout the week, as you'd consider or think about the different topics you were studying, but in larger, 30-minute periods, as it came close to the test. I think that's great. Would be some great advice, and would like to see, what our learners think of that as well. The next question I have for you, Jess, is I know you've left our campus now. You're probably back over in Castledale getting ready to find a job, but on our campus, where's the best place? Where do you study best? Is the quiet of the library your best study place, or do you like the action and activity that's in the Charwan Smith circle? Where do you study the best on campus?
My favorite spot to study and where I found that I could concentrate the best was on the second floor of the library, kind of by the bookshelves. It was just me and my notes, and I couldn't people watch or get distracted in any way. So it really helped me just to focus on one thing and to get my mind in the right zone.
There are a
Um,
lot. Please keep going. Keep going. I didn't mean to shut you up. Go right ahead.
you're good. From quarantine, I had to get out of the house and go study somewhere else where I'd be alone because my roommates are too much fun and I couldn't concentrate half the time. So it worked out. But
Those are kind of it's a balance, isn't it? It's great to have fun roommates, but ladies, I've got to get this biology class studied for and pass this test. Too, it's interesting you mentioned the second floor of the library. Where you get up to that third floor of the library, and it's a social city, isn't it? There's people everywhere, and it's not a party, and people are studying, but It's a lot more people filled up on that third floor.
Yeah.
When you are prepping for a test, you said you take a little bit more time as a test is coming up. When you're prepping for a test, do you think about problems that your teacher may have shared with you, or put together a list of problems, or from the course materials and lectures? Do you work with problems at all in those ways to help you explain the steps that you need to go through to acquire the information that's important to you?
Yeah, I really like it when teachers give problems. That way I know kind of what they're looking for on the test. Um, I also really like it when I have someone there to quiz me, like if I have a study guide or something and someone's there asking me the questions, then it helps me remember the material more.
So do you have a go-to study buddy that you can ask questions back and forth? Is that something that you look for when you get into a class, or do you use those fun roommates for that? What's your best approach?
I usually end up My roommates are a big help. Um there's a lot of times when they just make it more fun. Like they can change the material into something that I can remember and they make it more interesting, I think. Someone that doesn't really know the material, which seems different, but it makes it more fun, I think.
Cool. Great ideas for others to share too. Thanks so much. We've heard a lot over the last few years about multitasking and how we have to do so many things at once. Um, for you to start to study smarter, not harder, you've talked about your elimination of the distractions, particularly up in the library. Do you try to stay away from social media or web browsing or game playing, or do they help or do they impede your study sessions?
So usually when I go to study, I'll take about 30 minutes of no distractions, no anything else. I put my phone in my backpack and get away from everything. But then I it's nice to have study breaks, so that's where I bring my phone out or play a game or something. It helps break up the study session more so that I can hit it hard and then have a little break.
Well, it sounds like if you're in control of that, rather than your phone being in control. Oh my goodness, there's a phone call, or who texted me, or what do I have coming up in 15 minutes, or when's lunch? If you're in control of it, rather than the phone or some of these other tools are in control of you, those would be good ideas for your friends to our listeners to be able to follow as well. Just one last question for you. Um, now that we've got a 14-week semester instead of 15-week, and we've got the summer semester as well, do you ever have any easy weeks in your semesters where maybe the work is a little bit lighter and you can get ahead or skip ahead with bigger projects that may be coming up? Do you plan to work on every class, even the week you don't have anything due? How do you do that?
There's definitely some easier weeks in the semester, and that's usually when I try and work on the final projects of everything as they go throughout the semester. Because I've had one or two classes where I tried to finish the final project like right before it was due, and that just
Ouch.
stressed me out. So I usually try and get that done throughout the semester, so it's not as stressful at the end.
That is great. That is great. That planning is so essential. And hopefully, your teachers, if you take 2 or 3 or 4 classes, your teachers will coordinate those easy weeks. But I don't know that that always works out. Jess, any last words of wisdom for your peers, for those that may be listening, that you would be willing to share with them?
Just keep up on what they're teaching and try and don't try and cram study. I've noticed that never works. And just throughout the semester, learn little by little and try to understand the concepts more than just memorizing the material.
I really liked what you said there about understanding the concepts. It's never inappropriate to ask your teacher. Now, tell us the big picture here. What are the concepts associated that you're talking about? What are the big tools that I need to walk away with from this? And really appreciated too your statement regarding make it happen every week. Plan some study time every week. You know, if you have to eat an elephant, what's the best way to do that? One bite at a time. And I think it's the same. It's what you're saying with um, your your study habits as well. Do it small and sure and steady, and you'll do well. Jessica, I sure appreciate your time and efforts. I hope that you'll do very, very well and remember us well and fondly here at SUU, and that you learned a lot of great things about agriculture, but also about being a human being too. Hey, keep us posted. Keep me posted on your job, would you please? Let me know how you do.
Will do. Thanks.
Yes, thank you so very much. You have a great day. Thank you.
You too.